Welcome back to Arab Business. Lebanon's economy will grow no more than 2 or 2.5% next year if it does not resolve its political problems as it struggles to cope with the fallout from the war in neighboring Syria, according to Lebanon's Economy Minister Alain Hakim. Lebanon's economy has hit hard by Syria's civil war, which has hurt key sectors such as tourism. It has also forced more than 1 million Syrians to take refuge inside its borders. Hakim said the country needed $2.5 billion to start addressing the economic impact of the Syrian refugees, whose presence has strained infrastructure and led to increased competition for jobs. The International Monetary Fund says Iraq's economy is likely to shrink 2.7% this year after Islamic State militants occupy swathes of a major oil exporter. The current economic downturn comes after a 4.2% gross domestic product growth in 2013, which was the weakest rate since 2007. However, growth should pick up again to a modest 1.5% in 2015, mainly driven by a rise in oil output. The IMF expects also, although it cut its longer-term crude output projection to 4.4 million barrels per day in 2019. A senior Iranian official says the country plans to increase its crude oil production to 4.3 million barrels per day soon, amid hopes of lifting anti-Iran sanctions. Mansour Moazzemi, the Iranian Deputy Oil Minister for Planning and Supervising Hydrocarbon Resources, also pointed to Iran's refining capacity of 1.8 million barrels per day and noted that the figure will rise to 3 million in the next few years. Iran will be able to extract from its oil reserves for the next 6 decades, as the country's proven oil reserves are estimated to be 157 billion barrels. A senior Kuwaiti official says the Khafji oil field, run jointly with Saudi Arabia, had been shut down for purely technical and not political reasons. Crude production from the Khafji oil field had been halted temporarily to comply with environmental rules, but the closure of the offshore field revived speculation of renewed tensions between the two countries. Kuwaiti Foreign Ministry Under-Secretary Khalid Al-Jarallah, speaking in Riyadh after a meeting of a Gulf Cooperation Council foreign ministers, said relations between the two countries were too strong to be affected by discrepancies over oil output from the field. And finally, a senior IMF official said increases in Dubai's property prices have moderated quite a lot, and the International Monetary Fund is now less concerned about them than it was in May. The IMF has previously warned that rapid rises in Dubai real estate prices could lead to another bubble and then a crash in the Emirates. But Masoud Ahmed, head of the IMF's Middle East and Central Asia Department, told a news conference that risk seems to have decreased, partly because Dubai authorities had taken steps to limit speculative buying. However, he said there were still areas that needed to be watched and that real estate projects needed to be sequenced and carefully managed to avoid encouraging excessive risk-taking by government-related enterprises. That was it. For more updates, please visit us on levant.tv. And we'll be with you back tomorrow with some more from the business world in the Middle East. Bye for now.